Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into our time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
We go back to October 21st, 1954, radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense, Hans Conried, starring in an episode entitled Rave Notice.
And now, tonight's presentation of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense. Tonight, the ironic story of an actor who played his part perhaps too well, thus leaving himself unable to better his performance. So now with Hans Conried as Sam, here is tonight's suspense play, Rave Notice.
When I'm walking across Times Square like this, I'm just an ordinary man, plain, unnoticeable. It's as though I were invisible. Invisible. But wait, come here. Come with me through this door, through here, and into the darkness. Now, I breathe deeply of the thick, dark air, and I become taller. My eyes drink in the gloomy shadows, become lustrous, bird-like, noble. Here, in this temple of the passions, I throw off my cloak of invisibility, and I reveal myself, my true self, for this is the theater, and I am an actor. Up there on the stage, beyond the empty seats lit by the single bare bulb, are my fellow workers. We are here to make a play. Friend Norman, sitting alone in the third row, is our director. This is the 5th day of rehearsal. It's not a bad little play, but you know Norman. Norman will manage somehow to spoil it. Norman will misdirect actors and lose values. I've known Norman for years.
Oh, no. Norman, why not? Why not? Because I am the director and I say no. No.
Very well.
No. Try again.
I wish somebody would tell me what it's all about. Life, I wish somebody would give me the word.
Now that is adequate.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh, please. All right, Cat, take 5.
Norman.
Oh, that's right.
Norman.
Hello there.
How are we coming?
Oh, that's... Sam, come over here, will you? I want to talk to you.
Oh, sure, Norman, sure. What is it?
Now, Sam, I have had to turn over the bell ringer to Luther.
The bell ringer? Well, that's my part, the bell ringer. What do you mean, Luther?
No, please, don't make it difficult for me, Sam.
Difficult? I'm not making it difficult. The bell ringer role is mine. That's all. There's no difficulty involved.
Oh, please.
No, you joke.
No, it's not as if I hadn't warned you.
Well, tell me what's wrong. Tell me where I've stepped off, what irritates you, what doesn't fit, and I'll fix it.
Where shall I start?
Well, that's my role, Norman. I carry the whole cast with
Now,
that
don't
role.
shout, Sam. You're just making a fool of yourself.
Why are you doing this to me?
Because you are not right for it.
Not right?
No.
You fat pig! What do you know?
No, easy.
What do you know? What do you know about acting?
Easy, Sam. Take easy there.
Fat belly, fat head, fat face.
That's enough.
You know nothing.
I know you. I know actors. You're no actor. You stink.
I'll kill you for saying that. I'll kill you.
Witness says he threatens me again.
Yes? Well, listen well. Norman, I'm going to kill you.
Norman, I'm going to kill you. You see, you can't even deliver that line. Oh, you stink.
Yes, sir?
I want to buy a gun.
Oh, yes, sir. And what sort of gun did you wish to buy, sir?
One that will shoot through fat.
Sir?
Pardon me, I was thinking, what kind have you got?
Well, what was it you wished to use the gun for, sir?
I want to kill a rat.
Oh, well, a 22 would be about your best bet. Now, then, let me see here. Here's a nice little item here.
That looks pretty small. This is an awful big rat, a fat rat.
Oh, well, I think a shotgun. A 410, yes.
You think that'll do it?
Oh, mister, this is a truly beautiful weapon.
Yeah. Bullets. You have bullets?
Oh, bullets. Shells you use in this weapon.
Very well. I want one.
One box?
No, one bullet.
One?
Yeah. This rat I'm not going to miss. It's time now. He'll come out the stage door and he'll walk this way because he's going to Sardi's for a drink. I slide it out from under my coat. I smile and I say, "Goodbye, Norman," and I pull the trigger. Heart or belly? Heart or belly? Belly, yes, his cultivated paunch, fatted with actors' hearts. Am I invisible now? Mustn't be noticed until the moment. Perhaps standing a little too tall. Sag. That's perfect. The actor plays himself as a non-actor. Oh, you should see this, Norman. Now. Goodbye, Norman.
Sam, no! I am shot.
Norman, you're dying.
Please, someone call an ambulance, please.
Is this how you play your death scene?
Please,
Norman, you're dying.
Please.
Play it.
With a shotgun, he did it right in the middle of 45th Street.
Wow.
They brought him in an hour ago.
Give you any trouble?
Well, like a lamb.
Hello.
Just thought you'd like to know that guy, he's still kicking.
Alive? He's alive?
Yep. So you're not a murderer. Not yet.
Oh.
Hey, I brought your lawyer.
What's that?
I'm your lawyer.
Oh, how do you do? Sit down, won't you?
Thank you.
They say he's still not dead.
No, but he's sinking.
When he dies, I become a murderer.
Yes.
They'll electrocute me.
Yes.
I must have been crazy.
I thought of that.
What do you mean?
Temporary insanity. I thought we might plead that.
Well, why don't we?
Because you threatened him before witnesses, at least twice, went to a store, chose a gun with great care, waited for him to appear. You did all this, and then you shot him.
Oh, that's right, I did.
Well, that's premeditated murder. First-degree murder.
So the temporary insanity thing is out?
Way out. The only other thing I can think of is, if we could prove you were insane all along.
What would happen? I mean, if I were.
Oh, they'd get the psychiatrists in, examine you, send you off to be cured.
Of course.
You seem very calm.
I'm an actor. He's gone, and I sit here, seeming calm. From time to time, the guard passes, looks at me curiously. I know what's on his mind. There sits a cold-blooded murderer. I know. All my life I've studied the human beings, memorized their gestures, tones, expressions, inflections, emotions. I've learned to probe every moment of my own experience from earliest childhood, searched out every reaction, emotion, learned to feel the parallel emotions of others. The Stanislavski method of acting. Oh, I have it, I know it.
Of course, if we could prove you were insane all along.
But I'm not. The insane man moves without motive. I had a motive.
I know you. I know actors. You're no actor.
But I am.
No actor. No actor. No actor. No actor. No actor.
Insane. Mad. I know a joke. A wonderful joke. I'm going to beat Norman even in his grave. I'm going to have myself exonerated of his murder. Yes, freed of the charges. It's so simple I can hear it.
Not guilty by reason of insanity.
I'm going to play the greatest role of my life. Play it without makeup, without lights, without script or cue. I'm going to play a part strangely foreign to my nature. I'm going to play a homicidal maniac.
You are listening to Rave Notice, tonight's presentation in radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense.
October 21st, 1954, Suspense on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But if you can get both, why not? Especially when it comes to health care. And that's MediShare. You get both. The typical family saves $500 a month switching to MediShare. And that's huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. It's because MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge PPO network. So, yeah, really, you could save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. If you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Here is the number you need. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
If the voice sounds familiar, Hans Conried provided the voice of George Darling and Captain Hook in Walt Disney's 1953 Peter Pan. He was Snidely Whiplash in the Dudley Do-Right cartoons. Professor Waldo P. Wigglesworth in the Hoppity Hooper cartoons was the host of Fractured Flickers on television, a syndicated show, and Professor Kropotkin on the radio and film versions of My Friend Irma. He also appeared as Uncle Tanoose on Danny Thomas's sitcom Make Room for Daddy, and did a lot of it. So he was known as a face and a voice both. A lot of that stuff. Oh, he was also on the Tony Randall Show in 1977. So there you go. Now more of Suspense, Rave Notice, starring Hans Conried, October 21st, 1954.
And now we bring back to our Hollywood soundstage Hans Conried as Sam in tonight's production of Rave Notice, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
I'm going to play a homicidal maniac. How? Now, what is the most terrible thing I ever did? Thing closest to murder. I must recreate that mood. Murder. Killing. Blood. I killed a cat once. I was 6 years old. I had a stick. It was in an alley. This cat, I poked it, just for laughs. He didn't run. That's all I wanted to make him do, just make him run. No, he scratched me, and I hit him. I hit him with the stick. He started squalling, and, I thought I'm going to get into trouble. Stop that noise. I'm going to hit him again to make him stop, and again to make him stop, and there was blood. Red blood on the gray cement. And struck out the screen, struck out the life, struck out the awful gaze of those great yellow eyes. Strike out the life, strike out the spirit, the spark. I kill. A murderer I am. I kill for the thrill of the silence of the cat. I am a murderer. A murderer am I. I kill without reason. That's it. That's the character. Now, all I need for turning it on is the memory. Those key points. Gray cement, cat's eyes, my feelings as a 6-year-old. Oh, there'll be refinements, of course. I'll refine it. Oh, Norman, if you're only here to see this scene. Dim the house lights, raise the curtain, and now to get my audience in. Hey, you. Hey. Who may I ask? Are you? Huh? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
Oh, come on now, Mac. Calm down.
No, I asked a civil question. I expect a civil answer. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
It was so nice and quiet for a while there.
Yeah. No, just answer my question. That's all I ask. That's not much reward for a hero to be asking, now is it?
Don't you know who we are?
I think he's putting on an act.
Now, don't turn your head away. We know you hear us.
I'll leave him be.
You think he's kidding?
What does it matter?
Yeah.
Well, that was very weak. You can do better than that. You're supposed to be a murderer, a homicidal maniac, so what's the emotion? Guilt. Guilt. You've got to be guilty. Guilty, guilty, guilty. Smear yourself with the stuff. Guilty. Bloody hands. Guilty, and you want to be punished. Yes, punish yourself. That'll do it. It'll hurt. So what? Not like it hurts when they shave your head, slit your trousers, and strap you to your seat. Oh, that seat. 10,000 volts coursing through this poor player's frail body. Murderer. Guilty. Should be punished. 1, 2, 3. Curtain going up. Guilty! Guilty! There's blood on my hands! Blood and filth and disease! I smashed him on the gray cement and smashed him! Murder! Murder! I murdered him! I'm a murderer! I confess it! I confess it! Hey! Oh, sir, I want to confess. To purge myself of this guilt.
Take it easy.
No, I'm guilty! You hear? I smashed him! I smashed him!
What are you getting so worked up about? The guy ain't even dead yet.
Not dead, he is dead. Why, he's been dead these past 36 years! 36 years!
Hey, what are you doing?
Punish me, I'll punish myself!
Hey! Hey!
I'm guilty, and I shall be smashed!
Your hand!
As he was smashed!
You're gonna bust your head on the wall there!
I shall be smashed! It is written! You know the writing in blood that lies across the counterpane in the bed under the window where the little boys are supposed to be far away in slumberland?
Shoot! Get the doctor!
Good, he's getting the doctor. My hand is killing me. I think I broke something then. I don't mind the bloody scraped knuckles or even breaking the nails, but not the bones. I want to be sure I can use the darn thing when I get out of here. But when? If I ever get out of here. 2 cats dead. Murdered by my stick. 4 cats dead. Murdered by my stick.
How long has he been doing this? About 15 minutes, Doc. Since just before I sent Schultz after you.
I see. All right, now you can stop that. But I don't stop. I don't look. I keep right at it. Keep him apart. Murderer. Guilty. Stop it! It hurts, but I'm paying the price. Stop! I'm paying my way out of being electrocuted. I'm going to be free. All right, grab him.
All right, come on.
No, please! I want to pay. I'm the guilty one, and I want to pay the sentence of the court. Hold him. Let me go. Let me go. I will pay.
Hold on.
Hypodermic needle. Injection. That'll knock me out. I can't act if I'm unconscious. I can't play my part. My guilty part. I've got to hurt myself. I've got to hurt myself. So quiet here. So white. Such sweet stillness and peace. Gone the darkness of the cell. Steel and concrete. This white ceiling. And they're watching me very carefully. The taller one, he's new. The other gave me the hypodermic. Yes. Hypodermic? How long have I been out? Did I say anything while I was out? Perhaps if I keep still, they'll let me know.
You say he showed definite suicidal tendencies?
Suicidal, immediate, or simply self-destructive. While he was unconscious, I listened to him. He spoke, seemed under the delusion that he's invisible.
Invisible? Well, that's a new one.
Look, he's opening his eyes.
Hello. Awake?
Who are you?
You remember me, don't you?
No.
I gave you something to quiet you a little while ago.
A little while ago?
when you were trying to injure yourself, so we'd think you insane.
You've decided to give that up, haven't you?
I have to carry out sentence, you know.
How will you carry out sentence?
Be smashed. I'm to be smashed as I have smashed the cat.
Is that the law?
Yes, I smashed him with a stick.
Stick? You mean shotgun, don't you?
Oh, why would I say shotgun if I meant stick? I said stick.
But you shot the man with a shotgun.
You're out of your mind.
After you smashed him with the stick, what happened?
Huh?
What came after he was dead?
I was frightened. I went home. Mama was there. She said, how did you get blood on your hands? I said, a dog licked my hand. He had blood on his teeth.
Understand you're an actor.
We are all actors. We try to act innocent when we are guilty.
Doctor, come outside a moment, will you?
I've got them. I've got them. Just keep playing it cold and clear. What are they talking about out there? I wish I knew. It doesn't matter. I've got them. I know that. I've got them. I've got them.
Well, I guess you'll be leaving us soon.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Your understanding, Doctor. I am guilty and must carry out sentence. You know that.
What the doctor means is that you're going to a place where they'll help you get well.
Get well?
Of course.
October 21st, 1954. Hans Conried starring in Suspense here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of Rave Notice, starring Hans Conried, October 21st, 1954.
Doctor, if you'll have the affidavits drawn up, I'll sign. We'll get a court order committing him.
Right.
Seems you were right all along. You know, I wasn't sure until you told me about the man who was shot, about his recovering.
Oh, yes, the guards told this man he'd recovered, but he didn't comprehend, of course. He went right on screaming and punishing himself.
I see. Well, let's go. What would they have given him where he's sane?
It depends. If the injured party refused to press charges, he'd be out of here in an hour. A free man.
Recovered? They didn't tell me he'd recovered. How could he have recovered? I shot him in his fat paunch. When did they tell me? It was while I was screaming, maybe. I was really into the part then. I was deep in it. I couldn't have heard them. I couldn't have heard. And now he will walk out of here, and I'll go off to an insane asylum, married to a role that I loathe, that I hate. No! Doctor! Doctor, come back! It was all a joke, Doctor, a game! Come back, please, Doctor.
What is it?
Here. Listen, Doctor, I have a confession to make. I'm not insane. Please believe me.
Of course you're not. Just a little confused, that's all.
No. You're wrong. Don't you see? Doctor, it was just a gag. Just a gag.
Yes, of course it was. Now, you're going to a place where you can rest, and everything's going to be all right.
Oh, no, believe me. I am sane.
Why shout?
No, I'm not shouting. I only want to impress on you, Doctor.
But you were shouting rather loudly.
Oh, look, my lawyer said that if I could prove insanity, I wouldn't go to the chair.
Chair?
Yeah.
I thought you were to be, you said smashed.
Oh, no, forget that. That was part of the method.
Method?
It's Stanislavski method. It's a system of acting.
What do you think, Doctor?
I don't know.
The man seems to be telling the truth.
Think so?
I could fool you all over again if you feel it's necessary to prove my point.
No, I don't believe you'll be able to fool me again.
Oh, Doctor?
Sane. I say the man is in full control of his faculties, is aware of his crime, committed it out of what society calls sober motive.
You, sir, do you agree with the doctor?
Agree? That's what I've been telling you.
And I say sane. That makes it unanimous.
Well, unanimous. Gentlemen, never in the history of the theater has such a performance been rendered, nor under such adverse conditions, believe me.
Just one more question.
Of course, Doctor.
Why did you kill him?
Kill him? But I didn't. I shot him, that's all. Shot? You mean shot, don't you? Don't you?
No.
Norman. He is dead?
And you are sane, and you are going to repay society with your life.
Norman is dead! Treachery! Villainy! Ring down the curtain! Ring down the
Suspense, in which Hans Conried starred as Sam. Next week, the story of several hours spent by two people in a deserted bus shelter, and the slow realization by one that the other is quite mad. We call it The Shelter. That's next week on Suspense. Suspense is produced and directed by Norman MacDonald, with music composed by Lucian Morowick and conducted by Lud Gluskin. Rave Notice was specially written for Suspense by James Poe. Featured in the cast were Lawrence Dobkin, Edgar Barrier, Parley Bear, Jack Crucian, James Nusser, Howard McNear, and John Stevenson.
October 21st, 1954, Suspense on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, an episode of Speed Gibson and the International Secret Police. This episode was originally broadcast October 21st, 1939.
Speed Gibson of the International Secret Police. Zero. Ceiling zero. Ceiling zero.
Narrowly escaping with their lives from the native village of Ngolai, the secret police, guided by Tinura and her father, Chief Yayava, flee in the jungle night through the forest of the dead. A storm breaks during their flight from the dread cannibal ants, and the boys pause to rest a little while and make some sort of shelter for Speed, who is slowly recovering from the effects of the weed of sleep. It is pitch dark, and the boys can only see one another when lightning flares across the sky. During one of the black periods, both Tinura and her father disappear from the clearing where they are resting, and Clint, Speed, and Barney are faced with the thought of being completely lost in this dangerous forest of the dead.
What'll we do, Clint? We don't know which way to go without Tinura and Yava.
We'll have to stay here until morning, Barney, and then hope to find our way back to Leopoldville. Luckily, I have a compass along.
You really think Tinura and her dad left us on purpose? Maybe they're in with the octopus, too?
I have no choice but to think that, Speed. Why else would they desert us at a time like this? You helpless, and we having no idea of the forest trails?
Yes, sure is tough. But I can move my hands and feet now. The effects of the weed of sleep are beginning to wear off.
Good. I want you to get up and move around as soon as you can so you can get some exercise and keep from catching cold in this rain.
Hey, somebody turned the rain off.
That's the way Tinura said these jungle rains were, Barney.
Yeah, and that ain't all she said. Boy, if I had that gal here...
Gosh, it's Tinura.
Quick, snap on your flashlight again, Barney. Try to pick her up.
Yeah.
Oh, Adam, you're not good on night. May bring enemies to her.
Never mind the other enemies. Where have you been?
And here's Chief Yayava, too.
Where have you and your daughter been, Chief?
We go ahead while you rest to see if way clear and safe.
If tribesmen of Chief Miangai stalk us, they know where we at if all of us follow trail. But while you rest, maybe they rest, too. We steal ahead, think maybe spy on them.
And Nora, right. You think we desert you, Clint Barlow?
Well, I must confess that I did, Chief Yayava. After the experience we've just been through, you must admit that it seems strange to have you suddenly disappear at a time when we needed you most.
Yes, I see now. I am sorry, but you must always trust Yava. I am friend.
Yeah, we know that now, but 5 minutes ago our friendship was kind of strained, to say the least.
Oh, Tanura, so sorry, Buonabalo. We should have told you we were going, but I did not think you would miss us so soon.
Well, you're back now, Tanura. That's the important thing.
And rain stopped. How you feel, Buona Gibson?
I think I can stand up now, Tenora. I'm going to try to anyhow, so Clint and Barney won't have to carry me in that stretcher anymore.
Oh, that was nothing, kid. Better not try to walk until you're sure you're strong enough. There's plenty to fall over along this here trail.
No, I think I'm okay, Barney. Will you help me up?
You bet.
All right, boy. Here you go. There now. Chief Yava, did you see any trace of Miengai's tribesmen?
No. They think we are prey of cannibal ants. No follow us.
Miengai's tribesmen too sure we not escape.
Do you think they'll return to their village as soon as the ants have passed it?
Oh, yes. Always come back after ants leave.
I see. Then they'll know we escaped all right. But by that time, we'll be in Leopoldville. I hope.
Yes. Now we know enemy not near. Can use fire and stick to light our way.
Oh, you mean the flashlights? Good. That'll make our going a lot faster.
And Clint, look, I can walk all right. I feel swell now.
Oh, fine. But are you sure, Speed?
Yeah. Never know I'd been under from that weed asleep.
That is right. Effect of weed come quick and go quick once it wear off.
Yeah, I know, like jungle rains. Well, come on. Let's us go quick before something else happens to us.
Well, Speed, how do you feel now that we're back in Leopoldville? You've had a chance to eat and rest up?
Swell, Clint. Even though it's only been a few hours since we came into town from that jungle trek, I feel like $1,000,000. The cannibal ants and the weed of sleep just seem like a bad dream now.
Good, because we've plenty of work ahead of us.
Plenty of work. Of course, you wouldn't feel like laying over for a day and really resting up, Clint.
Why, of course not. We're too close to the octopus now to waste time resting. Aside from the few hours we absolutely need.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Do you really mean you want to lay around Leopoldville for a day, Barney?
Who, me? Why, of course not. How come you thought of such a thing, Simon LeGray?
I think Barney's weakening, Clint.
Oh, no, not me, kid. But anybody with good sense would want to take it easy for a little while after such a night as we had last night.
We can't spare ourselves now, Barney. The game's too close. And besides, you've had enough rest during the last 5 hours to keep you going indefinitely. So you've got the endurance of an ox.
Boy, you can sure pour it on when you want to get some work out of me. Okay, what do we do next?
I knew you'd stay with me. Well, now, here's the... Who's there?
Chief Yava.
Oh, come in, Chief. Well, you're just in time. We are about to make plans for our next move, and it's important that you should be here during the discussion.
Yes, my daughter still sleeps, but I come. I know you need me.
You bet we do, Chief Yava. Clint wants to go right out after the octopus again.
I am ready, Clint Barlow.
I was hoping you'd say that, Chief Yava. Because for the action I plan, it's necessary for me to have someone I can trust to depend on. I know now that I can trust you.
What you wish, I do.
Fine. And here's our plan. Now, you stop me if you do not understand me.
Yes, but I understand better than I talk.
Go ahead then, Clint. We're all ears.
Chief Yava, when we first came to Leopoldville, you were away on a lion-spearing expedition.
Yes.
On such a hunt, do you not have someone to beat the brush for you, to drive the lion out?
Yes. If white man is on hunt, we use what you call porters. They beat brush for lions. They carry in lion after kill.
Well, why don't you just use porters to beat up lions for white men, Chief Yava?
Your race impatient, Speed Gibson. Black man look for lion himself, then battle more equal.
You mean the lion has a better chance of finding the hunt first?
Yes, he have as good a chance.
It may be more sporting, but I'll still use the porter.
Now, wait a minute. We're getting away from the subject. How many of these porters could you round up? Say within the next 2 or 3 hours, Chief Yava.
How many you want?
As many as I can get.
Gosh, what are you going to do?
I'm going to start the biggest game hunt that Africa has ever seen, Speed. I'm convinced that the hideout of the octopus is near Leopoldville. So I'm going to send porters out to beat every inch of the country near here. They'll discover a secret hideout if anybody can.
Boy, I think you've got something there, all right. But are you going to tell these boys just what they're looking for?
We'll have to. We'll have to risk a spy in the ranks getting word to the octopus. That's why once the word goes out, we'll have to work fast. Even if the Octopus is warned, we must give him no time to escape.
No spy, Clint Barlow.
Well, we can't be too sure, Chief Yalva. Octopus spies appear when you least expect them.
No spy. Because I send call for my own tribe, my own warriors. You trust them like you trust me.
You mean you would send for your own... Well, how long will it take to get them here?
I send call now. They be here by sunset.
Well, we couldn't work much faster than that. Besides, we took most of the last available porters on our safari to Ngolai. Heaven knows where they are now.
They're with that chief man guy, old Two-Face himself.
Yes, but we get porters back after we find Octopus.
How are you going to call your warriors, Chief Yalva?
Signal drum.
Now, wait, Chief Yalva. If you call your warriors by such means, won't the tribesmen of Chief Miengai understand the signal drum, too, and suspect what we're about to do?
No, Clint Barlow. We have secret signal. No one know but my tribe.
Oh, I see. Well, you better call them as soon as possible, so they'll be here by sundown.
I go now. I return after I call my people.
He sure turned out to be a swell guy, didn't he?
I'll say so. Don't know what we'd do without him down here in the Congo. He and Tenura stepped right in when Kinka got sick with a fever.
Say, that reminds me. How is the kid?
Clint and me stopped in to see him a minute. He was sleeping. Doctor said the crisis was past and he was going to be all right.
Swell.
Well, now, let's see. We've got plenty to do before we start on that hunt for the Octopus tonight, boys. The most important, I think I'll call Carlos on short wave before we leave and let him know what we're going to do.
Well, what if the Octopus listens in and hears you, Clint?
Hey, don't you worry. I'm going to give Carlos the message in code speed.
Speaking of messages, Chief Yalva is on the air.
Yeah. Boy, I hope that drum brings us warriors right away.
If the chief said they'd come, they'll be here all right. Meantime, I want to talk to the Belgian administrator and also tell Mrs. Buchanan of our plans.
How long do you think we'll be out on this hunt, Clint?
It's hard to judge that.
How do you plan it?
I'll start the chief's warriors out in a big circle, which will gradually enlarge as they beat the jungle for his hideout.
Well, look, we can't be every place at once. Supposing some of these boys find it, how'll we know? The Octopus will give him a tough fight. He won't be caught all alone, that's a cinch.
I know that. We'll have a series of signals arranged so that if any part of the circle finds something important, it can immediately, they'll let the rest of us know. Now, I'll work those details out with Chief Yalva before his warriors get here.
I get it. Well, we'd better get on our horse, then, if we're going to pull out of here by night. And between now and then, let's do a lot of hoping that the Octopus doesn't get wind of this hunt.
OC-1 calling all substations. OC-1 calling all substations. This is your master, the Octopus, speaking. From my headquarters here near Leopoldville, I can hear the jungle drums talking to one another. They give secret signals. My band here cannot understand them. There can only be one answer to that. The secret police are planning another move. Chief Miengai has informed me that by some miracle they escaped from his village, which was in the path of the cannibal ants. Hear me now, and listen well, for these are important commands. Arm yourselves well. Be prepared for attack night and day. Chief Yalva and his tribe are on the side of the secret police. Watch for them. You know their tribal markings. When you see them, do not pause, but kill them instantly. The time has come to revolt. Let the jungle speak, and show these intruders that the Octopus is still master.
From October 21st, 1939, Speed Gibson of the International Secret Police, and of course the Octopus, portrayed by Gail Gordon. And we think Speed Gibson was also portrayed by a gentleman by the name of Elliot Lewis. Hanley Stafford also in this program. October 21st, 1939 on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
This is Groucho Marx. A few days ago, I was talking with the Director of Civil Defense, and he told me some things that I feel everyone should know. That's why I'm speaking to you now. Did you know, for example, that your chances of surviving an atom bomb attack are excellent? It's true, but there's a big if. You must do everything possible now to help yourself and your family. Nobody else will help you. Listen, because this is important. Keep a complete first aid kit handy. Keep a closed container of drinking water in your refrigerator, enough for 3 days. Be sure you have a good fire extinguisher. Take a look around your house right now and pick out the safest spot, away from windows and doors. Make sure that every member of your family understands he is to rush to that safe spot when there's danger. I'm convinced that these precautions are necessary right now, and I hope I can convince you. They're important to your family, yourself, and your community.
Thank you for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox here on your favorite station. And a reminder to thank this station, support their advertisers. It's their kindness and courtesy that allow us to be with you each and every time you roll around here on this, your favorite station. Now, if you miss a day, you don't have to miss a show. If perhaps you got busy and didn't get to tune in, or if for some reason your local station preempted us by sports, you can always catch up on demand at classicradio.stream, where you can stream our shows, learn more about classic radio collecting. You can find a list of sites where you can download our shows to keep them forever and ever and ever. You can contact me there. You can also buy me a coffee. That helps us expand our classic radio collection. And you can find our social media links. All of that at classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. Have a great day. Tell all your friends great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite station.